Last night, The Late Show with Stephen Colbert turned into a jaw-dropping spectacle. What was supposed to be a blockbuster interview with Elon Musk spiraled into one of the most shocking meltdowns ever aired on live television. The billionaire, tech titan Tesla SpaceX X walked onto the stage with his usual swagger, ready to talk Mars missions, electric revolutions, maybe even Twitter chaos. But Colbert had a different plan. And it hit hard, right out of the gate. "Elon, are you here to save the world or just your ego?" The crowd tensed. Musk's trademark smirk twitched. "I'm here to talk progress, Stephen. Not play your games." But the gloves were already off. Colbert rolled a clip of Musk's latest X rant, where Elon boasted about beating regulators and building empires. His tone? Brash, unapologetic. "That's vintage Elon," Colbert said, smiling. "But is it genius, or just noise from a guy who's losing it?" Musk's eyes narrowed. "I'm not losing anything. I'm winning. In arenas you can't even step into. Maybe stick to jokes. Leave the future to me." The crowd split, some cheering Musk's defiance, others laughing with Colbert. But producers were already on edge. This wasn't banter anymore. It was personal. Then came the jab that shook the room. "I'm changing lives," Musk insisted. "You're just a clown with a mic." Colbert didn't flinch. "A clown? I'm not the one crying over stock dips, Elon." Boom. A reference to Tesla's rough year. The audience gasped. Musk's jaw clenched. The energy in the room shifted. You could feel it. Colbert smelled blood. And then it spiraled. "You're changing lives?" Colbert fired back. "Tesla recalls say otherwise. SpaceX explosions don't scream visionary." He cued a clip of a recent rocket failure. Debris, raining from the sky. A gut punch. Musk snapped. "Those are setbacks. You wouldn't understand risk. You're safe behind a desk." But Colbert didn't blink. "Risk? Or recklessness? Your shareholders might call it a flop." The audience was a battleground. Cheers, boos, gasps. Then Colbert twisted the knife. "Let's talk Twitter. Your free speech crusade. Was it vision? Or just a rich guy's tantrum?" Musk's voice rose, cracking slightly. "I saved free speech. You're the tantrum, Stephen. You cry when I don't fit in your little box." His comeback landed, but it shook. Some in the crowd chanted, "Elon, Elon." Others jeered. Behind the scenes, producers were scrambling, headsets buzzing. "He's rattled." Colbert leaned in with the fatal line. "Saved it? You broke it, buddy. And now, you're breaking here." Silence. Musk's composure collapsed. Eyes, glassy. Voice gone. Tears welled up. The tech giant was unraveling. The segment ended in stunned silence. The internet exploded. Millions of views within hours. Colbert vs. Musk trending worldwide. Pundits scrambling. Fans divided. Some called it a hit job. Others said Musk finally cracked under pressure. One thing certain, no one saw it coming. What made this moment unforgettable wasn't just the insults, it was Elon Musk's unraveling. Insiders say his hands clenched, his cool cracked. "You don't know me, Stephen. You're nothing next to what I've built." His voice rose, trembling. But Colbert struck without mercy. "Nothing. I'm not the one sweating bullets. Look at you." He pointed straight at Musk's flushed face. The crowd exploded. Some standing, others filming, phones raised as the tech titan snapped, "You're a hack. I'll bury you." The threat, raw, desperate, only fueled Colbert's fire. "Bury? Me? You're the one sinking, pal." The studio lit up, electric, tension flooding the room. Producers scrambled to call a break, hands waving off camera. But Musk wasn't done. "I'm not finished. You don't shut me up." The defiance twisted into rage. The audience fed off the chaos, some cheering, others taunting. Meanwhile, X, formerly Twitter, exploded. "He's losing it," read one viral post, likes climbing by the second. Colbert's grin widened. He knew Musk was on the ropes, and the real collapse was coming. Then came the moment that lit the fuse. Your rockets crash, your cars stall. Your tears are next. Colbert's voice was ice. Behind him, a graphic, Tesla stock tanking, SpaceX debris smoldering. The crowd erupted. Laughter, gasps, total mayhem. Musk's face twitched. You're twisting it. I've built more than you'll ever dream of. His voice shook. Colbert didn't miss a beat. Dreams? No, Elon, nightmares. You're a billionaire. Baby crying when things get tough. The room split, cheers and boos colliding like thunder. Musk tried to rally. I'm tough. I've faced worse. You're a joke. A nobody. But his voice cracked. His eyes glistened. The mask? Slipping fast. Colbert leaned in, brutal. Nobody. I'm not the one cracking, Elon. Look at you. Waterworks incoming. The crowd went wild. Some chanted, cry, cry. Others shouted, leave him alone. Producers waved frantically, but no one was stopping this train. The live feed held, and then... You don't get it, Musk shouted, slamming the desk. I'm changing the world. But the tears came anyway. One rolled down, then another. A gasp swept the room. Musk wiped his eyes. I'm not crying, it's you. You're nothing. His voice? Raw. Choked. Colbert leaned in for the kill. Nothing? You're sobbing, Elon. The world's watching. Genius, undone. His smile? Wicked. Relentless. Phones lit up. Posts exploded. Musk crying live. Colbert just broke him. Thousands of shares in minutes. Musk snapped, shut up. I'll ruin you. His fists pounded the desk. His voice cracked. The tears kept falling. And then, the collapse. He stood, wobbling, unsteady. I don't need this. You're trash. The words barely landed, rage mixing with sobs. He ripped off his mic, tossed it. It hit the floor with a thud. Colbert laughed. Trash? You're the mess, Elon. Run home. Brutal. Final. The crowd surged, some rushing the stage, others chanting, kick him out. Security closed in. And just like that, the most powerful man in tech walked off into chaos. Tears on his face, the internet on fire behind him. Producers were in full panic mode, screaming into headsets, oh, cut it, cut it. But the feed stayed live. The meltdown was unfiltered, unstoppable. Online, reactions poured in within seconds. He's finished, one post read. Colbert's a savage, and another chimed. The story wasn't just the tears anymore. It was the total implosion of Elon Musk. As his exit loomed, the fireball kept burning. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert descended into full-blown chaos as Elon Musk, once the untouchable titan of tech, stormed off the stage in a tear-soaked fury, brought to his breaking point by Colbert's relentless jabs. It wasn't just a meltdown, it was an ejection. A collapse that left the studio stunned, viewers reeling and the internet in a frenzy. Sources say the moment Musk vowed to ruin Colbert only sharpened the host's blade. The result? A historic viral takedown. Musk stood center stage, face streaked with tears, body trembling. I don't need this, you're trash, he muttered, voice raw and broken. He ripped off his mic, threw it. The crack echoed like a gunshot. Colbert leaned back, grinning. Run home, Elon, you're done here. The crowd erupted, some cheering, others booing. The room split in half. Security moved fast, arms out, ready to step in. I'll be back. You'll see. Musk choked, stumbling. But the fight was already over. His eyes darted, searching for escape. And then, he bolted. Phones flew up. Chants roared out. Cry baby, cry baby. Don't go, Elon. The room became a storm. A madhouse. Producers scrambled in the control booth. Headsets. Buzzing. He's leaving. Let it roll. And the feed stayed on, catching every second of Musk's retreat, his hunched figure vanishing off stage. Colbert stood tall in the chaos, soaking it in. There he goes, folks. Genius exits, tears and all. His voice rang out, mocking, triumphant. The crowd howled. Some laughing, others filming, some tossing cups into the air like confetti. It wasn't just wild. It was unhinged. What made this exit legendary wasn't just the breakdown, it was the fall of the world's richest man, live. Insiders say his swagger shattered. "I'm not done," Musk muttered backstage, barely audible, as security cleared the wings. But the damage was sealed in pixels. Colbert's final jab. "Bye-bye, Elon, don't trip on your ego." It landed like a slap. The audience roared again, split down the middle, cheers, boos, phones flashing, X lighting up. He's gone. Mic toss of the century. Colbert wins. Clips hit millions of views within the hour. The unraveling looped endlessly. Musk's tears now digital legend. Sources say backstage was worse. Musk's team went silent. "They'll pay," he growled, eyes still wet, rage simmering. But the world had already seen it. The empire's king, brought to his knees on national television. Colbert? He just sat down, cool and collected. And that, my friends, is how you handle a billionaire. The crowd exploded again, some rushing the stage, others still filming, security scrambling to restore order. Online, the narrative flipped instantly. Musk, crushed. Colbert, crowned. Analysts weighed in. He baited him perfectly. This was psychological chess, and Colbert checkmated the king. The fallout? Just beginning. A storm of headlines, a media firestorm, and a legacy moment that will be replayed for years. What began as a hyped interview ended in a historic collapse, tears, taunts, and total chaos. X erupted. An hour later, Musk fired off a tweet. "Truth wins, not tears." It racked up 200,000 likes, but the replies drowned it out. "You cried, Elon. We saw it. Truth lost to tissues." The clip of his breakdown, the now infamous mic toss, was looping millions of times across every platform. "Musk's done," a viral thread declared. TikTok flooded with memes, his tear-streaked face captioned, "Tesla tears," and "SpaceX pired." Instagram Reels turned it into emotional EDM remixes. Supporters rallied, "He's human, back off." But the tide had turned. The myth of Elon, the invincible genius, shattered. And Colbert? He surfed the wave. Sources say the very next night. He opened with a smirk. "We had a guest last night. He brought the tears, I brought the heat." The crowd lost it. Ratings spiked 60%, especially among younger viewers addicted to the chaos. Behind the scenes, Colbert was reportedly glowing. "Musk thought he'd dominate," he said privately. "I broke him." His team was buzzing, already planning how to milk the moment. Analysts agreed. Colbert owned the night, but not without consequences. The win? Bittersweet. There was buzz, but there was also backlash. Next guest might not go so quietly, one insider warned, a target now painted on Colbert's back, as his name echoed across timelines. Colbert. 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 The internet fractured in real time. Musk's fans mourned. They ganged up on him. "He's a legend," one post read, gaining traction. But the haters were louder. "Crybaby billionaire exposed," another screamed, going viral fast. Debates lit up threads. Was it fair, or a step too far? Clips of Musk's sobs were dissected like game tape. "He cracked," one analyst declared. "Colbert played him like a fiddle," said another. And the fallout? Real. Tesla stock wobbled. SpaceX chatter spiked. Investors got nervous. The empire rocked. Sources say Musk has gone dark, holed up, plotting. There are whispers of a counterstrike, maybe a rival show, maybe a full PR blitz. But right now, his silence is loud. The tears, still echoing. Late-night TV just got flipped. Experts are calling this moment a turning point. Colbert didn't just raise the bar, he broke it. Networks are now scrambling. Some want edgier bookings. Others, tighter reins. Afraid of another live implosion. Viewers are split. Half say, he crushed a titan. Half say he went too far, but no one's looking away. This clash, Musk's fall, Colbert's rise, is etched in viral lore. A cultural flashpoint. A digital fireball that keeps burning, and it's not over. This is a launch pad. Musk's next move, Colbert's encore. Something big is coming, so if you're hooked on this madness, smash that subscribe button. Because this ride just got started. In the aftermath of what's now being dubbed the breakdown broadcast, the dust hasn't settled. It's just shifted. Elon Musk's tear-soaked exit from The Late Show with Stephen Colbert wasn't just a personal unraveling. It was a moment that punctured the myth of billionaire untouchability, live and unfiltered, with millions bearing witness. For Colbert, it was a performance masterclass in timing, control, and unapologetic confrontation. For Musk, it was a brutal lesson in what happens when narrative control slips, even for the most powerful. The divide is clear. To some, Musk's emotional reaction was raw humanity, a man pushed too far, exposing vulnerability in a culture that rarely forgives it. To others, it was long overdue, an ego finally catching up with consequences, a titan dragged down not by media manipulation, but by his own inability to take the heat. Meanwhile, Colbert didn't just ride the wave, he shaped it. Overnight, he became a cultural executioner, delivering barbed truth through punchlines. His smirk, his final quip, "Don't trip on your ego," has already become memeable scripture, shared in captions, printed on t-shirts, stitched into the digital fabric of the moment. His team is already strategizing the encore, and the ratings suggest the audience is hungry for more. Yet the line between triumph and cruelty is razor thin. Some wonder if Colbert went too far. Was it entertainment or humiliation, journalism or provocation? In a world that rewards spectacle, the boundaries between commentary and combat have never been more blurred. And Musk's collapse wasn't just viral, it was personal. The fallout is tangible. Tesla shares flickered, SpaceX insiders whispered. Musk's once infallible image cracked, with analysts calling it a reputation correction. And his silence now speaks volumes. A single tweet, "Truth wins, not tears," tried to reclaim the narrative, but the internet had already moved, unlooping the mic toss, captioning the breakdown, rewriting the story in real time. Still, there's power in silence. Musk may be down, but he's not done. Sources say he's regrouping, plotting a countermove, possibly a rival appearance, maybe even a full-on media retaliation. Whatever it is, the next chapter will be loud. Because this isn't just a one-off meltdown. It's a cultural turning point. Late night isn't safe anymore. Giants bleed now. And audiences? They're not just watching, they're feeding. What we witnessed wasn't just a man breaking on live television. It was a shift in who holds power on the screen. It was legacy versus leverage, tech versus talk. And for once, talk won. But the story's not over. The internet doesn't forget. Viewers want more. The battleground has shifted from the studio to the timeline. So whether you side with the tears or the taunts, one thing is certain. This was more than a meltdown. It was a moment. And moments like this ignite movements. So stay tuned. The show's not over. In fact, it might just be getting started.